Hello everyone! Once again, welcome to Bright Lab Tutorials. Today, we will learn about factoring polynomials by grouping. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that notification button to keep you updated on my tutorials. Okay, for factoring a polynomial with four terms, gagamitin natin yung tinatawag na grouping method. So first example natin, tingnan muna natin kung merong greatest common factor. In this case, walang greatest common factor. So, ang susunod na gagawin natin, i-group natin sila into two. Okay? So, this will be, ito yung first half natin at ito yung second half. Group muna natin sila. So, it will be 4x squared plus 20x. At since merong negative dyan, labas natin yung negative. So, meron tayong 3xy plus 15y. Okay. Because of the negative sign, lahat ng nandito sa loob ng parenthesis, ginawa nating positive. Okay. So, sa first group, hanapin natin yung greatest common factor or yung GCF. In this case, merong 4x. So, ilabas natin yung GCF. So, anong naiwan dito would be x plus 5. Okay, dun sa second half, hanapin din natin ulit yung GCF. So, nandito yung negative. So, ang GCF natin will be 3y. So, tingnan natin, ang may iwan na lang would be x plus 5. You notice na meron tayong common binomial factor sa first group, which is x plus 5, at sa second group, x plus 5. So, if a factor out natin ito, okay, after factoring it out, ang may iwan na lang will be 4x minus 3y. So, lagay natin sa parenthesis. So, ito yung sagot natin. Ngayon, para malaman natin kung tama yung sagot natin, gagamit tayo ng FOIL method. Sa FOIL method, check natin kung tama yung sagot natin. So, x times 4x will give us 4x squared. X times negative 3y is negative 3xy. 5 times 4x is positive 20x. At 5 times negative 3y is negative 15y. Now, check natin kung tama, kung pareho dun sa given. Kailangan lang natin rearrange ito. So, it will be 4x squared plus 20x minus 3xy minus 15y. So, therefore, tama ang sagot natin na factor. Para sa next example natin, again, check muna natin kung merong greatest common factor itong polynomial na ito. Kung mapapansin mo, they are all divisible by 2. So, i-factor out natin yung 2. That's our GCF. So, factoring out 2, meron tayong everything divided by 2 will give us 10x cubed plus 25x minus 4x squared minus 10. Okay. Next, i-divide natin itong polynomial na ito into two groups. This one and this. So, kasama pa rin yung 2 as our answer. So, we'll have 10x cubed plus 25x. And then, dahil may negative, labas natin yung negative. Magiging 4x squared plus 10. Okay. Sa first half, hanapin mo yung greatest common factor or yung GCF. So, still, we need to put 2 there. So, ang GCF nito will be 5x. Okay, factoring 5x out will give us 2x squared plus 5. Ganon din dito. Ang common factor niyan is 2. So, factoring 2 out will have 2x squared plus 5. At since meron tayong common binomial factor, 2x squared plus 5 sa bawat isa, i-factor out din natin yon. So again, we'll have to write 2. Okay, factoring out the common binomial, meron tayong 2x squared plus 5. At yung natitira, lagay natin sa parenthesis, which is 5x minus 2. So ito yung sagot natin dun sa given. Now, paano natin malalaman kung tama yung sagot natin? Again, gagamit tayo ng FOIL method. Okay, sa FOIL method, check natin kung tama yung sagot natin. So, 2x squared times 5x will give us 10x cubed. 2x squared times negative 2 will give us negative 4x squared. 5 times 5x will give us 25x. And then, 5 times negative 2 gives us negative 10. Okay. But since merong 2 doon, okay, multiply natin or i-distribute natin yung 2 sa bawat isang term. So, this will give us 20x cubed minus 8x squared plus 50x minus 20. Okay. Kung titignan natin, pareho siya dun sa given. So, itong factor natin ay tama. Okay, para sa next example natin, again, check muna natin kung merong greatest common factor itong polynomial na ito. But in this example, wala tayong greatest common factor. I-group na natin siya. Divide natin siya into 2 groups. Pero bago natin gawin yan, i-rearrange muna natin yung mga terms. So, pagsamahin natin yung 6ax at saka yung 2ay. And then yung 3x at saka yung negative y. Okay? Pwede na natin silang i-group. Okay? So, 6ax plus 2ay. Then may negative sign. So, labas natin yung negative. Meron tayong 3x plus y. Okay. Hanapin natin yung greatest common factor at i-factor natin siya sa labas. Okay. Let's factor it out. So, in this case, we have 2a. So, what is left is just 3x plus y. Dito sa next group natin, walang common factor. So, we'll just put minus 1. So, meron tayong 3x plus y. You notice na meron tayong common binomial factor. Yun yung 3x plus y. 3x plus y. So, i-factor out din natin siya. So, meron tayong 3x plus y. At yung natira, lagay natin sa parenthesis, which is 2a minus 1. So, that's our factors. Now, i-check natin using the FOIL method kung tama yung factors natin. So, 3x times 2a will give us 6ax. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Y times 2a is positive 2ay. And y times negative 1 is negative y. Okay. Kung titingnan natin sa example natin, pareho. Okay? Even the signs. It's just, hindi lang siya naka-rearrange. Okay? So, therefore, our answer, 3x plus y times quantity 2a minus 1 are the factors of the given example. Okay, for our next example, again, i-divide natin itong polynomials na to into 2 groups. Okay, we'll put 2xy plus x squared y. And since there's a negative, labas natin yung negative, meron tayong 6 plus 3x. Next, hanapin natin yung greatest common factor sa first group. Okay, so ang greatest common factor dito is xy. Okay, so what is left will just be 2 plus x. Okay, here, ang greatest common factor dyan is 3. So, labas natin yung 3. So, we'll have 2 plus x. Okay, mapapansin mo, meron tayong common binomial factor, which is 2 plus x. Okay, 2 plus x. So, i-factor out natin yan. So, it will be 2 plus x. And what is left, lagay natin sa parenthesis, xy minus 3. So, ito yung factors natin para dun sa given. Now, to check whether tama yung factors natin, again, gamitan natin siya ng FOIL method. Using the FOIL method, 2 times xy will give us 2xy. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. X times xy will give us positive x squared y. And x times negative 3 is negative 3x. Okay. Mapapansin mo na pareho siya ng sa given, except that hindi lang siya naka-rearrange. So, ibig sabihin, tama pa rin yung sagot natin. Hindi lang naka-rearrange. So, our factors are 2 plus x times the quantity xy minus 3. Okay, for our last example, tingnan natin kung meron siyang greatest common factor. In this case, wala siyang greatest common factor. So, i-group natin siya ulit into 2. So, group natin yung n to the 6th power plus n to the 5th. Ganon din tong isa. Since negative, labas natin yung negative, so n plus 1. Now, sa first group, tignan natin kung ano yung GCF. Okay, ang GCF natin is n to the 5th power. So, anong naiiwan will be n plus 1. Now, dito wala siyang GCF, so we'll just put 1 there. And then, just copy n plus 1. Okay. Mapapansin mo, meron siyang common binomial factor, n plus 1. Okay, factor out natin yung n plus 1. At yung naiwan, lagay natin sa parenthesis, n to the 5th minus 1. So, ito yung factor ng given. Now, to check kung tama yung sagot natin, again, gamitin natin ng FOIL method. N times n to the 5th is n to the 6th. And then n times negative 1 is negative n. 1 times n to the 5th is positive n to the 5th. And 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Now, check natin kung pareho dun sa given. Yes, it is. Except that hindi lang siya naka-rearrange. Yung n, okay, it's still negative. And yung 1 natin is still negative. So, tama itong sagot natin. I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for more of my videos.